Oh, man. Here she goes. It is 5:28 a.m., Saturday, March 13th. The sun has yet to rise, but Schimmel has resurrected from Lucifer's lair. Now, I was off the melatonin for a while, picked it back up a few days ago, and I do find that it helps me sleep through the night without waking up at the witching hour around 3 a.m. and having like a full, just the brain doesn't turn off. It's just a spiral. I'm like, ooh, remember when I used to go to Staples? Jelly pens, grapes, farmer's market. Let's go to the beach. I love Santa Barbara. Like, I can't even explain the mind racing that happens to me in the middle of the night. So my only solution is to drug myself naturally, hence the melatonin. Now, does it give me very dark, traumatic dreams? Yes, it does. Does it also maybe not have me wake up during the witching hour, but maybe has me in a deeper, shorter sleep so that I wake like a poltergeist at 5:14 a.m. basically every single night? Yes, it does. But I am a rise and grind kind of slut. So instead of wallowing in my lethargia, I rise and I grind. Hence why on a Saturday at 5:29 a.m. I am podcasting. When I look over at Andrew and he's sleeping so effortlessly, so heavily, like just a happy sleeper. He smiles when he sleeps. And he puts both hands, like prayer hands, on his cheek. And I look at him and it really bothers me because I'm so jealous. So I woke up, I go downstairs, I made myself my morning smoothie, and I put it on the highest setting because I wanted that fucker to make a lot of noise. Do I think it's going to wake Andrew up? Of course not. The Northridge earthquake. Andrew could have been at the epicenter of the Northridge earthquake or Hurricane Katrina or any other like kamikaze, and he would never fucking wake up. We're looking into it. I woke up and I started my morning, because health is wealth, with my new favorite Orange Julius smoothie. Does everybody know what an Orange Julius should be? I am obsessed with Orange Julius. I haven't been able to find one since 1997, but when I think about it, I get a pang in the heart, the vagina, and the throat, and the trachea, and also in my insulin levels, because it's diabetes on draft. That's what it is. And it's delicious. And I want to bathe in it. So I was like, how do I incorporate an Orange Julius onto my morning smoothie? So this is what I do. Write this down. This is a very informative podcast. I take frozen pineapple, frozen banana. By the way, don't slide into my DMs. Be like, starting your morning with that much sugar is going to slow down your metabolism. You know what I realized this week? I'm very premenstrual. I don't give a fuck about carbs. I don't give a fuck that cheese clogs my ass. I don't care that I might have a dairy intolerance. I don't care that I'm not supposed to eat processed sugar or this, that, the other thing. I don't give a fuck. If I want to eat dinner at 9 and I want to wake up at 5:15 a.m. and just inhale and snort fucking processed sugar, I'm going to eat and do whatever the fuck I want. A, because I'm naturally thin. And B, if ever that day comes where the pendulum swings, I'll just work out more or just be happy chewing. And that's okay. The reason I'm podcasting so early, I'm going to get back to my smoothie recipe in a second, because I know inquiring minds are just dying to know. Who cares, by the way? There's so many smoothie recipes. You could just Google it. I will tell you my makeshift Orange Julius recipe in a second. I woke up at 5, okay? It's not good. Everyone's like, to start your day off right, like no phones. I'm not that plugged in to begin with, okay? Everyone knows I'm hovering on an 8% battery life all the time. I don't even have a charger in my bedroom next to my bed, okay? So don't act like I'm like, be present. I'm as present and as absent as a motherfucker can get. Present in the right ways and absent in the wrong ways. In the right ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm plugged the fuck out constantly. But, you know, I'm bored. I'm sitting in my own despair of darkness, and I grab my phone and I go on Gram. Not proud, but it's my truth. I have I would say I have 3 people that I hate follow. I'm not going to name names because I am a lady. One of them is Jessica Alba, and I love her, and she's prettier and richer than I'll ever be in my life, but it's just the truth. And, you know, what I always say is that if these people are actually cool, hearing me talk shit about them would be a great icebreaker, and we'd move on from it and be best friends. And if they're offended, not my people to begin with, so I stand behind the sentiment. That's one of them. The other two, I'm not going to name, but I will. There's this one person in particular that literally 6 months ago, I found said person's Instagram profile. Someone sent it to me as a joke. And I was so transfixed and so bothered and so bewildered and so literally repulsed that I had like a complete internal shift. Now, when I'm having a bad day, I look to this person because it makes me feel better about myself. She is a fraudulently enlightened, ethereal creature that preaches solitude and presence, but meanwhile travels with a photographer and a ring light. Like, I just don't understand. It's so insanely hypocritical. It's completely condescending. It is the epitome of toxic positivity. Okay, it's all filters and ferns, and she's like Fern Gully coming out of the water. She posted something that made me so angry that I had to march downstairs, make myself a faux Orange Julius, and am screaming into a microphone at 5:35 a.m. on a fucking weekend because I needed to get it out of my system so I can live as an enlightened being for the rest of my day. You know what I mean? So I come downstairs. My Orange Julius smoothie is as follows: frozen banana, frozen pineapple, fresh squeezed. I use tangerine juice because I'm frisky and fun. Orange juice works too. Nothing from a carton, something fresh. You know what I'm saying? I like the pulp. Pulp fiction. Pulp friction. Sue me. I like a little grit in my juice, okay? I like a little grit in my men. I like a little grit in my vocabulary. I like a little grit in my cheese. I love a grainy cheese. You know, a Parmesan that's got a little grit to it, a little sand. Oh, I love a little sandy parm, okay? Pulp jurisdiction, pulp conviction, pulp friction, pulp restriction, pulp addiction. Sometimes a bitch just likes to rhyme. I'm a rhymer. What can I say? Anyways, this is going really well so far. Okay. Pineapple, bananas, orange juice or tangerine juice. I take the smallest morsel of vanilla extract because I think that's what gives it the Orange Julius flavor. Also, you can throw in some strawberries. I put in some almond protein. I don't know if it's good for you. I don't know if it's bad for you. I think it makes it thicker. Also, if it doesn't, I don't give 3/8 of a fuck. I don't need your nutrition tips and tricks, okay? I'm a Renaissance woman with my finger on the fucking pulse. If I want to figure something out, I will. If I don't give a shit. Then I add flaxseed, chia seed, maybe some shredded coconut for more grit. More grit. Maybe some Greek yogurt. I don't do measurements. I blend that bitch up. I add a little hot water. No ice. You don't have to because the fruit is frozen. Blend that bitch up. You're on vacation. You're in the Turks and Caicos, okay? You're on Harbor Island. It is a vacay in a cup, and it gets things moving for me. Gives me a little boost. You know, people say that hate is a strong word. I am not one of those people, and I try not to associate with any of those people because hate and love are exactly the same thing. So if we can love something, we sure as fuck can hate it. And if you're a psycho like me, you could love it and hate it at the same time. You know, by the time I get my martini, I might fucking love ya. And by the end of the meal, I might fucking hate ya and wake up the next morning and love you all over again. It's called conditional love. The only thing that I love unconditionally is Leo and Richard. I can't even tell you. I can't even look at his face. Leo! One day I should do a podcast all in my Leo voice because it is so scary. I think our neighbors, Share Bear Extraordinaire already thinks I'm morally bankrupt. But I think that they can hear me screaming and think that I'm literally 5150 vibes because all I do is talk to Richard all day. I wake up every morning and I cup his face, his little sea bass face in my hands, and I kiss him, and I just pray that I kiss him hard enough where his lips part and my lips part, and then we're making out. And I sing to him, how did you sleep? How did you sleep? I bet you slept great. That's so good. Literally every single morning. And there's more songs. I sing to him constantly. Leo, hello. Oh my God, you hear me singing and it came in. Richard, where are you, Richard? Oh my gosh, I love your face. I kiss you till you bleed. Let's talk about the person I hate on Instagram. I'm not going to name names because I really want to, and I stand strong in my opinion. And you know what? We're allowed to have opinions, okay? And it's not about women bashing. It's not bullying. Let's be very, very clear. It is an assessment. And I think that me making an assessment is a hell of a lot damaging than what's going on, okay? She is a beacon of justice. And by she, I mean me. So there's this person and she's nude. She's in an exotic resort location, okay? The blow dry is bustin'. The body is banging, okay? There is a condescending little chuckle and a preset. She stands nude with a leg pop, ass out, tits clutched, just covering her nipple with her fingertips, rubbing her stomach as if she's pregnant. Okay, she's in front of what looks to be like a canopy bed, a very glamorous location, okay? She's lovingly rubbing her womb, and the caption reads, it's a ... burrito. Please tell me I'm not the only one who takes pretend pregnancy photos when I have a food baby. Ha, 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 ha. By the way, you ever want to piss me off at, what time is it now? 5:53 a.m.? Ha, ha, ha. H-A-H-A-H-A. You're not laughing. Every time Andrew does that, I'm like, literally, I will drive to the studio and I'll turn the fuck up. Don't ha 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 me. Are you giggling? A little giggle via text really, really grinds my gears. This post is about body love, all caps. It is 1,000% natural for your beautiful vessel to shift and fluctuate throughout the day. My stomach often looks like this most nights after I have a deeply nourishing meal. Ugh. It isn't normal to have a flat morning stomach 24/7. I have to change my voice. That's not how she sounds. It's more like this. Please be kind and loving and tender to your body in all phases and stages. You are deserving of unconditional compassion. Always. Well, you're not, because what you're doing is tone deaf, condescending, and stupid. You should know Queen's Gambit vibes. I am always early to the counter argument. I always know what the opposing counsel would throw at me in a pickle. Wow, we should, as women, really all just stand by and support each other and not tear each other down. This ain't tearing anybody down, okay? This is on the Richter scale, the J-Shim Richter scale. I'm at a 1.5 right now. I just got a lot of chutzpah and a microphone. So if you can't handle the heat, don't go near the kitchen. Don't enter the kitchen. Don't even look at the kitchen. Go get your nourishing meals from the bush. My opinion on the matter is a lot less damaging than the toxic positivity that is being perpetuated in this scenario. So I stand behind all sentiments here and refuse to apologize. Here's the problem. I'm a naturally thin person, okay? I want to eat and woof whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. If I want to shove a triple cream brie up my ass every morning for the rest of eternity, I'm going to do that. I have a very healthy relationship with my body and food. I can also recognize that I am extremely lucky that I am able to do so. Because on the other side of the spectrum, there are people who severely, severely struggle with their weight, and they might exercise more and eat less than me. I know many people firsthand who have those issues, who bust their ass 24/7, counting calories, fucking cardio every day, intermittent fasting, trying everything they can, and they're just built a little thicker, and it's still fucking sexy and hot, okay? What's not sexy and hot is this faux bravery of the self-righteous podium posters like, thank you so much for your wisdom. This umbrella of toxic positivity knows no bounds. It's preaching gratitude and manifestation and being present, all while a bitch packs up a ring light and heads to a resort in Tulum. No. Lead with love and leave everything else out the door. Good vibes only. You know what? Bad vibes are kind of fun once in a while. And it's natural. So lean the fuck in. I just wanted to jump on here really quick and tell you that I love each and every one of you. And you are beautiful. Well, what if they're not? What if Quasimodo, who's also a rapist and a murderer, follows you on Instagram? Do you love him? Is he beautiful? No. I start every single morning with 3 hours of meditation, blessing my breakfast, journaling, being present, connecting to my skin and my organs, giving myself my daily affirmations. Is that before or after you set up your tripod and figure out which preset's going to help lock in your 9 grid? Huh? Which one? Which one comes first? The apple or the hen? What is it? The egg or the chicken? The chicken or the hen? The tortoise or the hare? Huh? Which one? Because guess what I did this morning? I woke up, I looked at your fucking Instagram, I came down, made myself an Orange Julius, and now I'm screaming at myself in the dark, having the best time. Okay, so the Grammys are on tomorrow night. Obviously, they will have already aired and people will have already won by the time this comes out. But I am actually going to be present tomorrow. So me and Andrew are going for a getaway, a staycation in Malibu, just to reconnect and just find some grounding. I really need to be in nature by water and put my toes in the sand and feel the motion of the ocean. So yes, the only thing that I really give a fuck about, and I feel extremely strongly about this, I should probably do a montage of all the people that have canceled appearances on this podcast, just to name a few. Bethany Frankel, Emma Roberts. The best one of all time was Stephanie Holman. I drove an hour and a half in extreme traffic to accommodate her schedule to the Dear Media studio, sat and waited for 25 minutes only to reach out to her rep to realize that she was not coming. So that was 25 minutes after we were supposed to start recording. I don't want to hit you with numbers because I don't have to, but big mistake. Huge. And I like Stephanie Holman, but never forgive, never forget. Another person that was supposed to come on this podcast during times of Corona, and it didn't work out, but I still love and blind support Lee, is Haim. I love Haim. Haim is a band. If you don't listen, you're fucking everything up. They are incredible. I love every album. This last album that they put out, I think it was in June or July. It's called Women in Music Part 3. From start to finish, I have not found an album that I love every single song like this album in such a long time. And they're just 3 Valley Jewish girls just kicking ass. And I think that they really, really deserve to win Album of the Year. That's just my professional music industry opinion. Now, here's what really upsets me. The snub of the century is that my not one, but 2 smash hit banger singles, starting with Silver Linings featuring the geriatric 90-year-old superstar Grandma Gloria, and my hit single Bitch was not nominated. And, you know, it is alleged that the Grammy Academy Foundation, whatever, is very, perhaps it's a little bit biased. And I feel like I can say that because my husband is on the Grammy committee and I tend to do his voting every year. I obviously submitted myself and was not recognized by the Recording Academy. And I will be drafting a very strongly worded email because let's just look at the other nominees in the category, shall we? And the nominees for the Best New Artist are Ingrid Andress, Phoebe Bridgers, Chica, Noah Cyrus, D. Smoke, Doja Cat, K. Tranada, Megan Thee Stallion, Jackie Schimmel, Grandma Gloria Schimmel, Levine. When people talk shit about me for repeating stories and talking about the same shit every week, welcome to Groundhog's Day, that's 2020, fuck off. And, not having guests, having guests, it's a lose-lose situation. I would like to remind a hoe, not only have I not missed 1 week of this podcast in about 3 years, I also, during the fucking standstill of a global pandemic lockdown, gave you not one, but 2 dance tracks. Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod announced that they split, and swiftly 11 hours later announced that they have not split and they're back together. The Madison LaCroix of it all. You know what saying I really hate? It's the blank blank for me. It's the blank blank for me. It's the candle for me. It's the Madison LaCroix for me. It's the robe for me. Yikes. Madison is having a great few months. She is living, laughing, and loving. She loves this so very much. Bright lights burn quickly. So they're back together. Do we know if A-Rod had an entanglement? I mean, probably. He's an ex-professional athlete. I like a generalized stereotype, especially when it's applicable to men. I wouldn't date a professional athlete, although I see myself with a tennis player. Pete Sampras? Wimbledon? Do they allow Jews at Wimbledon? I don't know. So Shep from Southern Charm said that A-Rod did make Madison LaCroix sign an NDA. I am trying to think if I've ever had to sign an NDA. I might have when I worked at a popular daytime talk show hosted by a female that was under scrutiny in the past year who was incredibly rude, and the rumors are true. I might have signed an NDA at that elusive show. But, what does that mean? NDAs, tomatoes, who cares? But, Madison LaCroix is not so coy. So it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Honestly, I don't care. I'm Team J-Lo. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. I don't know why she has such issues in her romantic life. I mean, they do say there is the common denominator factor, but when you look like that, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. When you wake up with that dew, okay? The dewy sheen on the cheekbone and that bone structure and that goddamn body, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's not you, J-Lo. It's literally everybody else. To kick it back to my Grammy snub, making it about me again, am I alone in having PTSD every time I hear the song Savage by Megan Thee Stallion? I don't know what it is, but it's like the auditory benchmark of early COVID days for me, like early lockdown quarantine life. And every time I hear, I'm a savage, yeah, classy, bougie, ratchet, something stupid, nasty, what's happening? I think about TikTokers dancing. I think about toilet paper. I think about canned goods. I think about Clorox, and I think about Trump's disgusting orange face. Like, it's all I think about. It's just full PTSD. I think that she will probably win Best New Artist. Her or Doja Cat gets my vote because they've had quite the fucking year and the songs are great. But for whatever reason, Savage, it really does something to me. It sends shudders down my spine. I've always attributed music to moments in time, to a point and a level that I cannot explain. Like the Baha Men classic, Who Let the Dogs Out, transports me to elementary school circa like 4th grade, when I had this huge crush on Rick Fox's nephew, and I got detention because I made a joke saying that I was going to freeze his urine and make popsicles, and then someone told on me. That's a true story. In 4th grade, I made a joke that I was going to freeze the guy I like's urine and sell it as popsicles at lunch because he was such a babe and everyone was obsessed with him. Imagine that conversation for my parents. They call me in. They're like, hey, could you come to the principal's office? Mrs. Madison Cohe would like to have a talk with you. Your daughter, who's at the tender age of 8 or 9, said that she wanted to freeze another classmate's urine and sell it. By the way, my parents were like, yeah, she's smart. That's funny. You're weird. It's only weird if you're weird. Okay, Mrs. Madison Cohe, hilarious. Love it. The consistency of it all. It's the consistency for me. Also, my bat mitzvah entrance. It was Starry-Eyed Surprise by Paul Oakenfold. Okay, could you be more progressive? It's amazing that I didn't end up like in a crop top in Ibiza. Okay, like doing shots off of somebody's stomach. Like, excuse me, Paul Oakenfold in the 7th grade. Wow, that was a deep, deep cut. And when I hear it now, sometimes it will come up on my shuffle and it literally makes my gums inflame and it catapults me to my said Ashkenazi entry into womanhood. Like when no one would even grace me with a fucking slow dance to earn their chicken tender dinner and an ice cream sundae bar. Okay. And there was like a, what is it? Like a powdered sugar? Like, what are those? A pixie stick bar. Pixie sticks. Wow. Wow. The ungratefulness of it all. The ungratefulness. Nobody even wanted to bump and grind to Ursher with this bitch. Okay. I was looking snacky at my bat mitzvah, the snackiest I ever looked. I was wearing a knockoff Versace Windsor Fashions number with flowers in my hair. My parents practically bankrupt themselves for my fucking bat mitzvah, okay? Times were tough. I had chicken tenders. I had, what else do we have? Onion rings, French fries, a pasta bar, pizza, ice cream sundaes with all the fucking toppings. Do you understand? In my 3-month short stint at community college, I would literally exchange heavy petting for a fucking mozzarella stick and a Coors Light. These 13-year-old gerbil fucks couldn't give the bat mitzvah girl a whirl on the dance floor? Sickening. Sickening. When life and memories get me overwhelmed, sometimes I just have to turn to my toxic positivity arch nemesis on Instagram. When faced with any decision, ask yourself which would allow me to breathe deeper and choose that. Always remember to bless everything you consume, including your food. Okay, I'm gonna bless my Orange Julius. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some Palo Santo inside of my vagina, get on all fours, and I'm gonna just really, really do a mourner's Kaddish, what a Vea Hafta over my fucking Orange Julius. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shut the fuck up. No, we good. I had to take a little nourishment break, so I had some leftover tikka masala. It's 6:29 a.m., and the second I took it out of the microwave so it could be infused with cancerous radiation right out of the plastic container, I held it up to the moon and I said, Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, manishtav emru. I'm just kidding. I kind of do like remix versions of all my Jewish prayers. I don't really know which one's which, but if you give it enough oomph, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Don't you love the rabbi at a funeral who thinks that that's their pop star moment and they start really over enunciating? It's like Rabbi. It's like Cantor Rachel. Could you dim the lights? This is not Beyonce Homecoming, okay? I'm putting a relative in the ground, okay? This ain't your Madison Square Garden moment. They're singing the fucking Mourner's Kaddish like it's Lady Gaga getting on stage for the first time with Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born. Ah! It's like, no, we're sad. Stop. Funerals are low-key hilarious. I mean, you got to find the humor in it. It's like people are either trying to make it their, American Idol audition, or you've got the motherfuckers who think that they're doing a stand-up routine and they're just like, the people who decide to speak at a funeral but are like so removed from the situation but like insist on speaking just so they can like test out some material, and it's just tale as old as time, but like love it. I went to a funeral recently where somebody decided to perform an original song. Now, the problem was that the original song was not at all inspired by the mourning or the deceased. It was just an original number, okay? So this fucker busts out a ukulele and starts performing this Vakakta Jack Johnson number a la Banana Pancakes. And it was so... all of it... If Jason Mraz had a son with some neurological disorders and 3 fingers, that's kind of what we were working with here. It's too real. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. Moving right along. Okay, so I watched the Grammys. I took a break. I jaunted to Malibu. I really needed to focus on my mental health because I think that sometimes when things really upset me, I make light of them and I minimize the actual trauma on my system by just kind of making jokes or deflecting. And the truth is that I really was very upset about not being nominated for Best Pop Vocal because I do think that I am the second coming of, I don't know, something like a Barbra Streisand, a Celine Dion, a Lady Gaga, an Amy Winehouse, a Beyonce. I mean, I am packing pipes. So Andrew and I went to stay in Malibu for the weekend just to take a load off and like focus on me. Don't you love when people do the big grandiose post on Instagram? Like, hey guys, I always vow to be honest with you and build a community built on authenticity and connecting. I'm going to take a little time off social media, and then they're gone for like 13 hours. Then they come back with the vengeance. They're like, I know a lot of you guys have been noticing that I've been super MIA lately. It's been 2.5 hours. You're not MIA. Couldn't be less MIA. But anyways, I went to Malibu just to like get grounded and recenter and like listen to the waves and reconnect with nature and myself. And I watched the Grammys last night, and I have some thoughts that I would like to share with you. First of all, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, whatever, one of the two, Anderson .Paak, let's call it, are on a different level. They're operating in a different universe. Everyone else should be embarrassed. Bruno Mars is fucking unbelievable. And anyone that doesn't realize or doesn't co-sign on the fact that Bruno Mars is like the second coming of Jesus Christ. Like, I worship at the altar of Bruno fucking Mars. Nobody does it like Bruno Mars. And them together, it catapults it into just a different universe and a level of talent that it sends chills down my spine. I love him. I love them together. I love the new sound. I think it's to die for. And granted, it's not a new sound. People are like, oh, it's Marvin Gaye, it's culture. I think that that's insane. I think music in itself is like constantly kind of paying homage to, you know, the past and other artists and other songs. And we should just shut the fuck up, open our ears and sway to the sticky, sticky beat and say, thank you, Bruno. Thank you. Now, what other? Oh my God, Harry Styles. We can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. I got so fucking bamboozled by the One Directioners last time I talked about him, so I'm not going to talk about him. I've been called a sexual predator about 18,000 times, besides the fact that I actually know him personally and I'm 3 years older. And that's not a name drop. That's just me clearing my motherfucking name. I'm not a predator, you sick fuck. Those Directioners, let me tell you something. Whoa. Yikes. Not a blast and a half. Anyways, he's such a rock star. Love the outfits. Love the kind of flamboyant fucking leather suit, no shirt, and a feather boa and a heeled loafer. Sign me up. ASAP. Who else? What else was great? I mean, I thought all the performances were pretty great. I loved what they did. I think that they made it the best they could make it. I even enjoyed Taylor Swift's, not even. I mean, I've had a 180 on Taylor Swift. I think she's insanely talented, and I thought her performance was dreamy and whimsical. And, you know, she gave us 3 songs. We must be grateful. #blessed. Now, I'm going to give my opinion on the WAP performance, and it's not going to be popular, so buckle up. First of all, as a woman, I think that we have the right to express ourselves sexually in any way, shape, or form that we see fit. However, However, and I love the fucking song. I think it's genius. Do the lyrics make me slightly uncomfortable? 1000%. Do I love the video? Do I love the dance? I think it's a phenomenon. I'm on fucking board. Now, here's my issue. When you are performing at the Grammy Awards amidst a global pandemic where people are sitting at home just looking to be entertained, you better not fucking lip sync at the goddamn Grammys. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was like a high budget spearmint rhino performance. And I'm not criticizing the vulgarity or the dancing. I think they should, if they want to get on a pole and fucking spread their labia, I'm on board. I love it. Give it to me. What I will not accept is half-hearted lip syncing. Okay, I enjoyed the scissoring. I enjoyed the oversized bed. I enjoy the pomp. I enjoy the theatrics of it all. I just don't think that you should lip sync at the Grammys, ever. It's not okay. When you're nominated, especially, you want to earn your trophy, you gotta sing. When you play the Super Bowl, you gotta throw the ball. Obviously, being that I am a creative artist, lyricist, songwriter, musician, tycoon, digital media superstar, you know, when you feel ostracized and you feel let down by your community and your colleagues in the field, you know, some people turn to the drink. Some people turn to the cocaine. Some people turn to the pills. Some people turn to the light. Some people turn to the dark. I turn to the paper. You know, I am a woman of words. I am a woman of lyrical perfection. And it's really important to express yourself in a healthy, creative way, being that I am such an artist. So last night, after, you know, sipping tenderly on violently shaken vodka martinis, staring off into the horizon of the Malibu seascape, I did what any artist would do. And I channeled my hurt and my trauma, really, into art. And I wanted to share with you a poem that I wrote in regards to my Grammy snub. Now, obviously, you should know that I am a published poem. If you have been listening to this podcast since the jump, my poem, The Flame of Life, was published in the Young Poets of America circa 7th grade. Oh, it was 6th grade, actually. I believe I was 11 or 12 years old. The poem was called The Flame of Life, and it will do things to you. You know, it will change you, really. I believe the last lyric is, the flame keeps burning, burning, burning. Shh, wind overruled. I mean, I'm sorry. Shel Silverstein, where you at? Sylvia Plath could never. Is she a painter? Is she a poet? Doesn't matter. So I'd like to read you my poem. It's untitled. I wrote this last night at 3:14 a.m. on the Turlet, where I do my best and worst work. Get ready. The days feel long and the nights are tough. Wind in my hair, my toes gripping the bluff. A tear stings my cheek and the Aperol spritz leaves me bitter. The curtains are closing, but I've never been a quitter. I've been wronged and overlooked as a pop star bestseller. My hits slap to even the mutest ears, a la Helen Keller. Rhythm in my veins, harmony in my blood, waves of emotions, but talent that shall flood. Music is my compass from Pacoima to Beijing. They can withhold a trophy, but not my right to sing. You're welcome. Just remember, if you're listening to this at home feeling wronged, that the best way out is through, and a smooth sea never made for a skillful seaman. Love, Jackie. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you give us 5 stars on iTunes. Follow me at Jackie Schimmel for some fun updates coming soon. Love and light. Namaste.